Welcome back, LWB fans, and today we're going to get straight to it. I actually want to talk about views and how to get them. There's actually a lot of things about views on YouTube, especially if you're a content creator, and why it matters so much because it helps build your content, right? You want more eyeballs watching your material because that's how it grows. But how do you do it? How do you make it grow? What do you need to think about? And what's really holding you back? Now, these are very general questions that we all ask, even more so when we're small content creators like ourselves. This is my third channel, which I'm building on very slowly, as you guys are well aware. This is my vlogging monetization channel and teaching you guys how to grow. As my main channel, TBF Alex, is everything about Total Battle, which is a game that's doing quite well. So you want to check that out? The link's down below because we're all collaborating and sharing this material. Now, here's something that's really important. A lot of things that you guys may originally think actually is topsy-turvy. It's more than what you think, and it's different than what you actually think. We all know that you need to have a specific niche. We know that. We all know that you need to reach to a certain specific audience or person of interest that you're trying to reach out and answering a particular question, solving a particular problem, and coming to a conclusion that really helps them reach a certain goal. Either it's to laugh, enjoy themselves, or resolve a problem, or really think about something very clearly, or really makes them drive them to watch more of your material. Now, you can do faceless automation videos if you want, but then you have to really think about it that they're only going to be there for that material and not there for you. That's why branding, building yourself, having you there personally really helps push that content, because they're not just coming back for the material or item or research material or whatever it may be. They're also after you. You have started to become a brand name because your face is now on your work and so your material is finally out there. And here's the thing, views, it comes across in a lot of different ways, but the algorithm needs to build on you to be able to push towards the audience to get more views for you, right? So how do you do that? You need reach. So one way I approached it, in my approach anyway, and you can take the same way if you want, I reached out in Total Battle to my actual community in-game. So in-game, by playing this mobile-based Android game and PC-based or Mac, I actually reached out to the people within the game. Not to Discord, not Facebook, not all that rubbish, not even on YouTube. No. My reach was in-game and it's always been like that. So then that brought out more people. And that kind of worked out very well for me. And that's growing because of that. I took that initiative and made a jump on it. Now you can still build on YouTube itself. And this is why I'm trying this channel in this method, as well as collaborating with my other channels to help grow it. But also to allow it to probably reach out and see what the algorithm can do for me with this 31-day challenge. Now, for those who don't know, I'm actually made a post down below. If you can want to read it down below, I pretty much made a promise to myself for the next 31 days, I will post one video a day. I will do my best to post one video a day to see what this big deal is all about, because I am genuinely curious what's going on today with people going with this very natural chatting way without needing zero editing. We're putting out with pretty much, I guess, low budget, low effort work. I'm not saying it's not easy to do. You got to think about the idea and express it a certain way and talk to the camera a certain way to get people to watch you and to be interesting as well. This all matters so much, so it really does matter. But I want to see if I can pull this off and see what is the big deal by submitting every single day. And I will record my research and my data, how it goes out. Now, I don't expect it to go well because with vlogging channels, you got to keep throwing spaghetti on the wall before it actually hits anywhere. So going back to views again, how does this work, how does it apply? It applies a lot because you need to reach to that general audience. That matters a lot. You need to appeal to that person. You need to find that one topic and really hone down on that, because that's something that they're after. And when they're craving that and hunger that, they'll come back for more. And you want to drive into that. You want to figure out what that is. Now, reasons why people won't come back to your channel. Well, you might not be talking about the same topic over and over again. You may be straying towards what you're trying to say, so your message isn't clear. Your video might not be good. Your language barriers could be involved here. It could be the fact that you're not making a very clear statement of what your channel is all about. Or maybe your description and your material, your SSOs and everything in between, is not clear enough for the algorithm to reach out to other people. It could be a lot of multitude of issues that you're not seeing properly, that your channel is not aligned right, so therefore it's not reaching out to the people it needs to get to. But at the same time, if you don't shoot enough videos and see that and review yourself and be judgmental on yourself and check what you've done, then you don't really know what you're doing wrong. So I think it's just as important that not only that you're trying to increase yourself 1% at a time, but be more judgmental on your own videos to see what's working, not working, and being analytical instead, because by doing so, you're then finding the right audience, the right people to reach out to you. And you may have more methods than just one and just waiting for the YouTube algorithm to do its job, because it might take that extra push for you to get there. There may be other volume channels out there that you're not unaware of, or other platforms you could use to help push it up. And that's why I want you to open your eyes a bit more. Don't rely on the YouTube algorithm itself. Don't rely on YouTube itself. Even those who have been successful on YouTube even say don't rely on the AdSense alone, because that's YouTube in its sense on its own. You cannot rely on it upon itself. You need to have other forms to use to help you grow. Patreon, or selling a book, or having material, or it's just something that works, that, training, whatever works for you, shoot it out there to have the voice. You need to be more than just that. You need to be able to express it. You need to have high energy. You can't be low and bro and everything, because no one's listening to you. Your message has to be clear. You need to get on board what you want to say and make it clear and precise and really get it out there. Because who's going to watch your channel or watch your episodes if you're not clear? Who's going to watch you and view you if they're not excited to jump in to see your next episode? Who's going to come back and watch you if your material is too long, too boring, uninteresting? And if you can't keep high energy, high volume, high level on what you're trying to do, then what can you expect them to come back to your channel in the first place if it's just with hardly any edited, no showcase or anything, but just your voice and your material? You have to do all that yourself. So the only way you're going to be more expressive and really get to your audience, you need to make sure that you have a strong video that really answers a question to your audience, to really be expressive, to be very clear, and to have the same message expressed every single time you make another episode that relates to what you're talking about, and not unrelated, not throwing something else, not throwing more spaghetti on more. No, it's more towards what you're talking about. It could be food, it could be economics, it could be science, it could be music, it could be sports, it could be a lot of things, but you need to speak to your general audience about what you want, what you're talking about, because if you're not even interested in what you're talking about, how can you expect the next person to watch what you're talking about? How can you expect them to come back and watch you again? Because they're bored, or you don't share the same type of material that you have, or you may not have enough. Maybe you just don't have enough content yet for them to see what you have. Because once you really get on your horse there and really show that you've got something more, then you're really being expressive. Now you're really sending that message out, and therefore the views will start coming in. You can't just wait. You need to have a strategy. Another guy that I watched that I found out when he gained views, what he does, he literally goes around, find the biggest titles in his niche, uses the same similar thumbnails as they do, and put himself on there, and then literally goes for it and has his own swinger, and he's doing exceptionally well. In fact, he did the same strategy that I'm trying to do right now in 31 days and see how well it goes. And every single day, he's producing content. Every single day, 7 days a week. Every single time he's doing it. And the views have shown very progressively on his channel, doing extremely well, and then suddenly just popped because he's finally found a topic that is exploding. He's finally found something that's really worked. So this is what I'm trying to say to you, that you need to find that thing. You got to find that spark. You got to be that person, and you got to be that brand. Because if you can do that, then people will follow behind you because your message makes sense. You have high energy, you know what you're talking about, you're trying to build something here, and you're going to make it real. Because if you do that and you can show that every single day, then your viewers feel it. Your viewers is just another person turning on, trying to find something interesting, trying to find something that works for them, trying to find answers to help them grow. That somebody is you need to reach out. And if you can't do that for yourself, what can you expect them to watch? Can you watch yourself? Can you check what you have? Can you look at the material that you've done? If you can say yes, then you've done something right. That's what you should be performing. That's what you should be doing the same thing as well. Because that's how you're going to get more views in every single episode you have. Now you're going to go to me, well, Alex, you're saying all this, but you got low views in this channel right now. Well, yeah, because it's new and I just started. And you shouldn't care. You should do it because you have the love for it. You're passionate about it. You want to have more material about it. You want to showcase your knowledge. You want to do this. And only once you have those fundamentals down and you're finally going to go, you know what? Low views is normal. But any viewer is still a viewer. And every viewer is a person. And every person that watches me is someone I'm trying to reach out and someone I'm helping. This is more important than anything else. You need to get out of your bubble about getting monetized. You got to get out of that bubble and saying to yourself, I'm going to make heaps of money straight away. You got to get out of that bubble that you're going to perform really well. You're not. Everyone does badly at the start. It's those who outlast the games who actually does best. And if you can know that and you can start learning and growing to that next level, you're going to just blow up overnight. Eventually, you're going to hit an episode that's going to really transcend past someone else and get there. And that's what you need to get at. And I'm telling you right now, you can do that. And that's how your views will increase. Views will come as long as you're passionate, as long as you're consistent, as long as you're trying to reach out to that common person, because you're trying to reach out to that particular topic that makes sense. And you're on track and always on there. And once you're done, double down on what you need. And once you do that, the views will start coming. You just got to be there first and be there for them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that episode. I'll see you guys again in the next LWB episode. Bye now.